You know that moment when your mouth says, sure, I would love to, but your soul whispers, girl, don't do it. Yeah, that's what we are talking about today. How many times have you said yes when your whole body screamed no? Was it to avoid conflict, to be liked, to keep the peace? And in our 40s, here is the thing. This decade is not just about other people anymore. They cloud who we are. Every time we say yes to something that's not aligned with us, we push our real self a little further out of the view. Saying no isn't only survival, it is clarity on many different levels, and it affects our health both mentally and physically. It's how we figure out what matters for the next 20 years of our lives. Let's be honest, most of us women were never raised to say no. We were culturally conditioned to be agreeable. As little girls, we said yes to our classmates so we wouldn't be left out. In our teens and 20s, we said yes to society expectations, to friends who needed us, and often to men who wanted our time, attention, or care. In our 30s, we kept saying yes. Yes to coworkers because we didn't want to be difficult. Yes to family responsibilities, even when we were stretched thin. Yes to friends out of guilt. And every yes came with a cost. Do you wake up tired and bloated every day in your 40s and think, maybe I just need another diet? Maybe I have to lose a few pounds, do more cardio, or I need a trendy supplement? Or hear everyone blaming all of our unwellness on premenopause. What if the real first step toward feeling better physically wasn't counting calories or pushing harder at the gym, but actually saying no? Saying no to the extra obligations, the people pleasing, the endless yeses that drain our energy. When you start practicing this, something almost magical happens in your body. Stress eases, your energy rebounds, and your hormones start to settle. Let me tell you my story. Having battled endometriosis, PCOS, thyroid issues, and insulin resistance from a young age, I was desperate for a quick fix. I have tried countless magic pills and overnight solutions, spending magnificent time and money. But over the years, I've learned a crucial lesson. The real fix isn't an expensive cream or a trendy supplement. It might be as simple as changing one of my behaviors that I can control. Saying no, whether to stress, overcommitment, or constant people-pleasing, has had a profound impact on my health. Scientific studies are backing up the fact that you really can look and feel better by saying no, without falling for every ridiculous TikTok or Instagram trend promising to depuff your face, beat moon face, or cure your cortisol face by just lymphatic drainage massage. The truth is, the most profound change comes from inside out, not outside in. Yes, massage is nice and can be a band-aid for a day or two, but skipping the latest hacks and instead focusing on saying no to stress, overcommitment, and constant people-pleasing can have a far more real, lasting effect on your body, your skin, your energy, and your overall glow in ways that no trendy face massage ever will. The good news is I'm not making this up, and there are scientific researchers out there. National Institute of Environmental Health Science Research connects stress and physical health by focusing on non-chemical stressors in women's health. A 2020 commentary in Environmental Health Perspectives grew out of Nice hosted Women's Health Awareness Workshop. It emphasized the importance of recognizing non-chemical stressors such as sexism, racism, and social pressures as part of the environmental exposure. This broader view is crucial for understanding women's health disparities, especially how chronic social stress can amplify disease risk across a lifetime. Saying yes when we really mean no is not just a matter of mental exhaustion. It takes a toll on our bodies too. Chronic people-pleasing and boundary violations activate the body's stress response, keeping cortisol and other stress hormones elevated. Over the time, this can weaken the immune system, disrupt sleep, and even alter reproductive and endocrine health. Studies like those on trauma and conditions such as PCOS, done by Professor Elizabeth Stenner Victorian, Karolinska Institute 2021, show how long-term stress and suppressed autonomy can literally reshape our biology. If we want to reclaim our health in our 40s, beyond diets, gym memberships, and skincare routines, the art of saying no is one of the most powerful places to begin. It's not selfish, it's survival. Psychologists have studied why saying no feels impossible for decades, and the results are clear. Women, more than men, struggle with saying no because we are socially conditioned to equate it with rejection, selfishness, or even danger. A 2010 study by Dr. Vanessa Patrick and Dr. Henrik Hagwet found that how we phrase our refusal matters. Saying "I don't" instead of "I can't" actually makes us feel stronger and more in control. A 2017 Harvard Business Review article highlighted that women in leadership positions report higher rates of burnout precisely because they struggle with saying no to non-promotable tasks, things that help others but don't advance their careers. There is a deeper layer. The effects of saying yes go way deeper, from psychology to our physical body. There are researchers connecting trauma, stress, and even chronic health conditions to our emotional state. A 2017 study led by Dr. Stacy Misser at Michigan University revealed that women with histories of childhood trauma had a significantly higher likelihood of developing endometriosis and PCOS, two endocrine disorders that deeply affect reproductive and metabolic health. Dr. Tracy Coolin, Cape Town Study 2022, published in Journal of Affective Disorders, found that women with histories of emotional abuse were 5 times more likely to show signs of PCOS. Emotional abuse remained a strong predictor even after adjusting for other forms of maltreatment in this study. Dr. Fiona C. Baker's pilot study 2024, published in Frontiers in Endocrinology, shows emotional neglect, abuse linked to menstrual dysfunction, plus excessive male pattern hair growth, 2 strong PCOS markers. So the study suggests childhood stress disrupts the hypothalamic pituitary ovarian axis. Delhi NCR study 2025, published in Journal of Neuroendocrinology, Dr. Anjali Gupta and the team looked at adverse childhood experiences in Indian women. They found strong association between trauma, bullying, abuse, neglect, and PCOS. The biological pathway, HPA axis dysregulation, chronic inflammation, epigenetic changes in androgen-related genes. Think about all of that. Saying yes to everyone else while silencing ourselves doesn't just drain our energy. It literally shapes and reshapes our bodies. By the time we hit our 40s, many of us are standing in the ruins of too many yeses. This is our midlife reckoning. Burnout isn't just exhaustion. It is a collapse of self. We have spent decades serving everyone else's needs and suddenly find ourselves asking, what do I actually want? This is where the art of saying no becomes a lifeline. It's not about being rude. It is about protecting the energy required to create a life with purpose for ourselves. And yes, it requires courage, because when you start saying no, you will disappoint people. Some will call you selfish, difficult, or even ungrateful. But here is the truth. Their discomfort is not your responsibility. Your clarity is. Saying no is not just about closing doors. It is about clarifying questions. Every no helps reveal your deeper yes. When you say no to a work project that doesn't align, you make space to discover the kind of career you do want in the next chapter. When you say no to social obligations that drain you, you uncover what kind of relationships feel nourishing. When you say no to a family guilt trips, you clarify the kind of mother, partner, daughter, or friend you want to be on your own terms. So, in your 40s, every no is a compass pointing you toward yourself. Let's get tactical. How we can practice saying no? Because theory is one thing, but saying the actual word is another. First of all, shift your language. Use I don't instead of I can't. For example, I don't take calls after 5 p.m. Feels stronger than I can't tonight. Second, delay your responses. Instead of a knee-jerk yes, say, let me check and get back to you. This creates space for clarity. Third, practice the small no's. Say no to things that don't matter. An extra dessert, an event you don't care about, a group chat you don't want to join. 4, remember the health connection. Saying yes against your will is not just uncomfortable, it's potentially damaging to your health. Trauma and stress have real endocrine consequences. Think about the last time you said yes, but wanted to say no. What did it cost you? Your peace, your health, your sense of self? This week, I dare you, disappoint someone else before you disappoint yourself. Because every no you say now is a step toward clarity. It is a filter for your path forward. It's not just about boundaries. It is direction, because the art of saying no is really the art of saying yes to yourself and to the life you actually want to live in your 40s and beyond. Saying no in your 40s is not rebellion. It's not selfish. It is an act of clarity and courage. It is the way we finally separate what others want from us from what we want for ourselves. It is the way we move from being agreeable to being authentic. And maybe the most most radical truth of all, every no you say now is really a yes to the woman you are becoming. Learning to say no is really about clearing the noise, peeling away the obligations, roles, and silent expectations that have been running our lives since childhood. But once the clutters of everyone else's demands start to fall away, we are left with a powerful and sometimes scary question. What do I actually want? That's where the conversation naturally shifts. Because saying no isn't just about boundaries, it's about creating the space to redefine purpose and meaning on our own terms. And in our 40s, fulfillment doesn't look like the checklist we were handed in our 20s or 30s. It looks very different, more personal, more honest, and a lot less performative. This is exactly what we will dive into the next episode. What fulfillment looks like in our 40s. Can't wait to see you in the next episode.